Willemsen is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukener certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
Hello and welcome, World Sidecar Motocross lovers. We're in Germany for round 9 of 10 in the 2024 FIM Sidecar Motocross World Championship. And what a weekend we're going to have. This is an area which was devastated by floods in the middle of the year. And the weather here is very, very cold today. But it's a beautiful town and the track is not far outside. Well, let's take a look back over the season. It all kicked off in Portugal. The Leombardis boys came into the season with very high hopes. The then 17-year-old Latvian identical twins were fast, very fast indeed, on top of the box in Portugal. What a way to start the season. Into the deep sand of Holland. Home ground for Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard. But the Leombardis boys were strong in the sand as well. They'd got the red plate. They intended to hang on to it. On to France then, Plomion, home ground for Kilian and Evan Prunier. They had already set their sights on a top 5 position. In the world, what could they do here? Well, I can tell you, they had a terrific ride to climb to the top step of the box. Cramelin was cut down to 1 day because of adverse weather. Didn't detract from the racing though. Cramelin always a very difficult track. The conditions were dreadful, but the racing was fantastic. Would they hold the red plate here? Well, the Leombardis boys were good despite a couple of upsets. Marvin van Lukener going well. Gdansk as well. Another good weekend for the Leombardis boys. They were really on a mission. Marvin van Lukener, could he see that title slipping away? Well, he's a man who never, ever gives up. Doesn't matter who the opposition is. Koen Hermans was having his share of problems this year. But again, the Leombardis boys victorious on top of the box in Poland. On to Lommel. That is where the whole thing changed. The deep sand of Lommel proved to be the undoing, and the red plate shifted into the hands of the local Belgian team and the defending champions, Van Lukener and Glenn Janssens. Lommel also saw the return of Etienne Bax having a one-off ride. He and his brother Robbie did a fantastic job. They were second, but Van Lukener and Janssens stood on top of the podium. Back to France. Could the Prunier boys do it again? Well, I can tell you, they came pretty close. Ifendic was a fabulous event in terrific weather. And what a lovely setting in this part of Brittany. Prunier boys fought hard, but they were runners-up. And guess who stood on top of the podium in France? Van Lukener and Glenn Janssens. They wanted to keep that red plate and they were determined, and they fought hard all the way through the French Grand Prix. Denying the Prunier boys overall victory, but still their third place in the title was secured. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard had a terrific ride as well. But when it came to podium time, the red plate was in safe hands. Van Lukener Janssens, the Leombardis boys, and the Pruniers completing the top 3. Germany then, 1 round ago. Strasbessenbach always hard, always tough. The weather was very, very hot. Still not a good season for Koen Hermans and Ben van den Boogaard. They were brilliant, or they were very, very unlucky. The frustration showing on Ben van den Boogaard's face. Something had to change. Would it be enough this year to keep their third place? Well, that would remain to be seen. But the Latvian supporters were here in strength. Leombardis boys, though, still trailing Van Lukener, who was firmly in control. Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard were fast. Van Lukener, Glenn Janssens. Terrific, terrific ride in Germany. And what a crowd! Got a smile. He's got what it takes when it comes to fighting for the title. And it was smiles all round for Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. What a season the British pair were having. Terrific stuff for them in Germany.
Koen Hermans and Ben van der Bogart come here to Germany fourth in the standings, but after a good weekend last weekend in Halle, they must be feeling confident. Koen, this is a fast track, but what a result last weekend. Win and a second place.
Yeah, last weekend was the first race on the two-stroke, and it feels really good. The first heat, we had some small things to set up. You have to think about the suspension and small details. So, for the second heat, it was a lot better, and I think in the results you see it. So, we are looking for this weekend.
You're leading the national championship with every chance of winning that. The best you can hope for possibly in this World Championship is to retain this number 3, certainly.
Yeah, of course, and that's also what we want. I want to be the world champion, but that's not possible anymore. So our third place will be really good.
Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard have taken their second consecutive British title, their 5th in this World Series. You'll be looking behind a bit, won't you? Because Tim Primmer's close behind you.
A little bit behind, but we're still going to stay focused in front. We've got a lot of points to make up in 2 rounds, and hopefully we can get back inside the top 4, but it'll be a tough feat, really.
Now, you've had an engine change. You're staying with the 4-stroke, but slightly smaller engine, and you had a win in Germany here just last week?
Yeah, we went testing last Saturday with the new engine. WSP made the chassis changes for us, and we've moved over to the P-Power. It felt really good. A lot different to ride and a lot different to start, but hopefully these last few races will get us used to it.
Kilian and Yvon Prunier have had the most amazing world season, and they've just lifted their 3rd consecutive French title. Coming here to Germany with 4 races left, Kilian, you must be thinking, Koen Hermans, is he rejuvenated or what?
Yeah, Koen is behind us, not so far, but we think also at the second place. Nothing is over, so we had to push very hard. We had very good training during the summer break. So we are very happy with the riding, and we hope for the best for sure. As I said sooner in the season, for us the goal this year was the top 5. So now it's only bonus, but we want more bonus.
Yeah, you said second place. That's ambitious, but you know the way the Lille Bardis boys have been riding recently, their luck has not been so good. Maybe their confidence is maybe not so strong.
Maybe for them, unfortunately for them, but hopefully for us. So we will see. We want to take this race as a new one, as always. So we will give more than 100% of us. So we will try the maximum position.
After having such a strong 2/3 of the season, they find themselves now in the Lille Bardis camp, 40 points adrift in second place. But Daniel, it's still there, is it? 4 races to go. Anything could happen.
Yeah, of course, we don't give up. 4 races is 100 points you can get. So we won't give up, and we will fight till the end.
Plus a few points for qualifying, so a bit more there as well.
Also, you can get 10 points in qualifying. And we don't give up. It's 40 points is a lot. We need some luck, but we won't give up.
I'm on the track here at Rudersberg with Joshua Weinman, and he's no stranger to this track because he's ridden here before. He's local. There's a big German crowd here, but we've just come away from where you get to see the checkered flag, don't you, when you come over this jump? Yeah. Do you actually get to see it, or are you too busy in the air?
I think, you see it definitely when you cross the finish line.
Now, it goes straight into, well, it's not even a straight, is it? The start straight is, of course, but here, this is right-hand bend all the way. How does this track suit your left-hand sidecar?
I think it suits the left-hand sidecar pretty well. I think in the past it was even better with the 3rd loop up the hill. But it's still very good.
So would you say it's at least 50-50?
Yeah, it's 50-50. I don't think it's better for the left-hand sidecars.
The conditions now are perfect because in the build-up to this, we've had an awful lot of rain, and there's been practice on here, there's been quads on it, there's been some activity.
And the surface looks to me to be pretty good, is it?
Yeah, you have a lot of grip. It's very good. I think the rain was really no big problem for the track, and yeah, they did everything to get the track as good as possible. Yeah.
If there's anything you don't like about this track, what would it be, Joshua?
I think that the two, really tight corners.
Too
they
narrow.
come from right to left, and the whole track is pretty narrow, and it's really hard to pass. But yeah, I think the jumps are pretty nice. So.
But in the same way, it also makes it difficult for people to pass you.
Yeah, that's right. If you have a good start, you can get a pretty good race.
How does this suit your 4-stroke engine? It's okay?
Yeah, it's hard pack, and hard pack, especially when it's very dry, is always good for the 4-stroke. So,
at this point in the season, we've got 4 races to go. Are you already thinking 2025?
Yeah, definitely we are planning, and thinking about the new season, thinking about training and everything.
Yeah, it's one of those things that never ends, even in the winter.
Yeah.
There's plenty to do, the training and the working on the bike. And
you have to get the bike ready, you have to get your body ready, be fit for next season. And
new chassis or stay with the old one?
No, want to buy a new one. Yeah.
Want to buy a new one? Easy said, want to buy a new one. Well, listen, I've been watching you guys for the last 2 seasons now, and I'm a big fan, and I'd really like to see your careers develop. So this is the sort of track you need to shine on home ground to get the sponsors, yeah?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. The right-hand sidecars, I won't say they struggle, but they can't go in this as hard as you can.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You can almost have it sideways there.
Yeah, and you have to use the third wheel for braking a bit, and
chuck it in, and scrub it off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I notice you use your body a lot. You move a lot on the bike. Not everyone does, you know. If you watch Brett, he's very fast, but he doesn't move on the bike much, does he? He sits and drives it.
Yeah, it's right. It's
strange.
Yeah, really. But I think if you move your body a bit, you can get a bit can go a bit faster into the corners. Yeah. But yeah, he's faster than us, so
he's a big man.
Yeah,
you know. Well, the Weinmann's one of 6 sets of brothers here in Germany this weekend, so it's becoming very much a brotherly thing. Qualifying race A then. Group A, obviously, Group A and Group B, 2 groups. Have a look on the left-hand side. That's the fast line. Who's going to get the whole shot here? It's Brett Wilkinson. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard, the 199, straight into the lead from George Kinge. George Kinge and Scott Graham, the number 24. Then it's Van Lukenen and Glenn Janssens, the red plate. You can see how the track, it was very, very wet on the week leading up because there was some heavy rain here, but the track now is in well-nigh perfect racing condition. The mud has been scrubbed off, a lot of it. Wilkinson and Millard then, with Van Lukenen and Glenn Janssens right on their tail. Joe Millard, a quick look over the shoulder. This is a great ride. They're having a fantastic season. 5th in the standings, Wilkinson and Millard. They will say openly, they admit to it being their best season. Van Lukenen and Glenn Janssens. Glenn Janssens took a big knock, and that the 228 crew had a massive crash, and they're out of the running. That's Davey Evan and Nick Maas, and one of them needed a bit of medical treatment, but they live to fight another day. Prunier now in third. The Prunier boys having a look on the inside. That went wrong. The front went in, and they've rolled it over sideways. So Kilian Evon Prunier having a lunge, really, at Marvin Van Lukenen and Glenn Janssens. And the cutout has come out. They've got to get it plugged back in, get the Zabel fired up, and away again. Van Lukenen then on the back. And still, Prunier losing valuable seconds here. Are they going to be passed and overtaken? Because Stefan Wires is going very, very well. Stefan Wires and Han van Hel in 4th place. and pushing hard. But Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard out in front still from Van Lukenen. Look at the gap back. Here we come. Here come the British crew. Tailenders ahead of them, but Van Lukenen now and Glenn Janssens with his roll-off trailing. So that's come out, so he can't put another clean window across his goggles because the film has come out. Look at that, immaculate. And it's P-Power powered now, 640cc Husqvarna. And that's a qualifying race victory and a good start to the Rudersberg weekend for Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard from the UK. Brilliant. Van Lukenen Janssens, second place, but Janssens severely bruised ribs from a practice incident, and he is finding it difficult to breathe. But runner-up, that'll do in the qualifying race, a good start place for them in tomorrow's Grand Prix. Third place for the Prunier boys, they'll be happy with that as well. But you can see what Weinman said about a one-track line. It's already opening up on this Rudersberg track. Very difficult to overtake. The start is vital. And a terrific ride for Stefan Wyers and Han van Hal. Confirmation then. Wilkinson, Van Lukenen, Prunier, Wyers ahead of the Lefrinks. The Lefrinks, they did well last week in the Netherlands, but they're still struggling a bit. Sem having some problems. Gert Gordiev, Van Vermen, Tobias Blake, George Kinch after a great start. Ninth, that'll do. Fantastic. Erling and Ertl rounding out the top 10.
Kilian, third place in the qualifying race. What happened, I think, a few minutes before the end of the race that you have lost some, not position, but there's something happened. What was it?
Yeah, we were trying to pass Marvins in some laps already, and we tried to come on the inside, but unfortunately the sidecar wheel just fall deep in the dirt and we just rolled over. It was not what we wanted, but the race was strong. We learned a lot. This is the most important, and we will be ready for tomorrow.
Marvin, second place in the qualifying race. What to say about it?
Yeah, you know, we make a crash in the free practice, and Glenn hurt his, I don't know, maybe the ribs or the lung a little bit. So, yeah, he have it very difficult to breathe. So it's not easy for him. But second place is really good today. I was not expected after how I see Glenn. But for today is good, and hopefully tomorrow maximum points. Hopefully not too much risk or not too much problem that we can control tomorrow, and then we will see.
Catch me if you can. From the gate till the finish, first place in qualifying race A group. What to say about it?
Yeah, great start on the new P-Power engine that we have in the bike, and whole shot, and led it till the finish. So I was so happy with that. Joe was amazing as well, so it's a good day.
So the plan is to hold this and for tomorrow's races to be on the top on the podium? Or?
Yeah, so tomorrow we have a pole position, so we have the pick of the gate and we go same place, I think, and hopefully take another whole shot and win.
Basically what I remember that this track suits the left chair, right?
Yeah, it used to suit it more, but now it's a little bit more even, but Marvin and Prunier was pushing hard, but yeah, it was nice to win.
Group B underway, Tim Brummer, Rodolphe Le Breton flying out of the gate, whole shot following them, Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson. Daniel Willemsen got a great start, but then he always does, the 10 times world champion, riding this weekend with Time Keithoven, the number 111 rider. Also a great start by Jason Van Dalen. Some of the established stars, such as the Leeuwardis boys, down in the pack, and you can see them there, the 101. They're going to have to fight for it, as indeed will Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. But now, in front, it's Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson, who've had the temerity to go past Tim Brummer, and in style, Hodges really flying. He was going so well in time practice, he was going well in free practice, and riding like a man, inspired the number 13 British crew. Jason Van Dalen ahead of Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart, and Van Dalen has not been without his injury problems this year, so he's had major surgery, and it's been a bit of a tricky year for the Belgian. The colour for Belgium, through goes Hermans, Ben van den Bogart now riding mega, as you heard in the interview. So from 4 strokes for the last 6 years, moving to mega power, just like the Leeuwardis boys have. And that's a great engine. It's very, very fast. Oh, and out of the running go Jake Brown Jake Brown and Lars de Laat. Lars de Laat appearing to limp a little bit. Jake sitting on the deck, but still in front. Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson in this Group B qualifying race from Pruma. Leal Bardis twins up to third now. They desperately need a good grid slot. The young Latvians have got hordes of supporters here. Germany quite a long way from Latvia, but that doesn't matter. Further back, there's a terrific scrap going on. Koen Hermans still now fighting through to try and get on the inside of Pruma, and ahead of him, Hodges and Henderson. So look at the speed of Hermans. He is really, really quick. We've always said that. He's got the speed, he just needs the consistency and reliability. Leal Bardis boys, this is it then. The battle for the lead. Hermans in second place. Is he going to get past? Well, I would say it's only a matter of time. Leal Bardis is through as well. Hermans now race leader. Mike Hodges slightly going backwards, but that is no disgrace. What a terrific qualifying Group B race Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson have had. Koen Hermans and Ben van den Boogaard very much at home. They've only ridden this bike once in the Netherlands last weekend and took victory in a race there. So good stuff for them. Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard. Good crowd here. The sun is shining now, but it's still very, very cold. Waiting for them to come up over the jump. There's Mike Hodges. There's Pruma. Pruma riding better than he was in, well, pre-practice, time practice. He had a bit of an issue. He couldn't get his suspension right. He was saying maybe his passenger's even too light, but they were struggling, but not now. Going well. Race leaders though. Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard. Hermans driving this one. And so fast. As I say, they've always had the speed. Rocketing away down hills. That's where Hermans is quick. He's got to be looking now to protect that number 3 position in the championship. And he's got to be looking now in reality with a new engine to 2025. Will it be with Ben van den Boogaard? Who knows? I can't answer that question. Well, here they come, sorting their way through now on the final lap for qualifying Group B race winners designate. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard with everything to play for. Behind them in the championship sit Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard, who we know are in fine form. Checkered flag then. That's job done for Hermans. Very, very happy with that. The Leal Bardis boys bringing it home in second place. And what a ride for the British crew. Number 13 of Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson. Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider, 91. They were in a race-long battle further down the order. What a scrap that was. There goes Leal Bardis. And this is the final classification. Let's have a look at the result. Well, fantastic ride for Hermans, Leal Bardis, Hodges. Benny Weiss up to 4th place. Pruma down to 5th. Jason Van Dalen finished strongly. Well, he always does. Davy Sanders there in 7th ahead of Williamson. Group B then, done and dusted. 2 Grand Prix races tomorrow. Pick of the grid for some of these guys. Who's it going to be?
Fantastic performance, 3rd place in the quali race. How was it here?
The track's pretty good, enjoyed it. I didn't do the jump. Doing that big tabletop's a big game changer. I didn't do it today, but I will do it tomorrow. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Big team effort from the team. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So the plan tomorrow is also to hit the podium?
I'd like to, but like currently at the minute, it's my best ever finish. We've been working together because Ryan's just started again this year, so we're working as a team to bring it up for next year. Hopefully have better results next year.
Daniels, another fantastic performance, coming to the 2nd place in quali race. How was it from your point of view?
Yeah, the start wasn't so good. I think we were 5th or 6th place. Yeah, but we make early passes, and in the 3rd lap, I think we were already in 3rd place. And then later we started battling with Koen. I almost passed him one corner, but yeah, it wasn't enough. And then next corner I made a stupid mistake. I went into the mud and we went over the bar. So yeah, that's a mistake on my part. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow we can make it better.
Are you looking forward for the concrete battle with Marvin?
hopefully we can get, if we get a good start, it would be fun to battle with Marvin tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully we can get a good start and then I think the result will come.
Koen, fantastic performance, I think from 5th or 6th place to the first one. How was it?
Yeah, it was not so bad. We had not really a good start. I've also to learn to start with the two-stroke, so we need time for this. And on the track we make some good laps, some good passes, and so we finished on the first place. So we are really happy with this.
Welcome back to Rudersberg for race day, and it's cold. It's very, very cold. These pictures actually belie the temperature. They were taken earlier in the week, and it was warmer then. Also, a lot of heavy rain, and this area, this region, was very seriously flooded in the middle of the summer. So much so that there's a charity stall out at the track for the victims. There was utter devastation in this area.
Welcome to Grüß Gott in Vorarlberg.
Not sure how a Benny Weiss supporter managed to get hold of our microphone, but there you saw the charity store, which is there to raise money for the victims of the flood disaster here. And that's look at the carnage. Just look at the devastation. And that was in this region of Germany earlier in the year. And much the same is happening this weekend in the Czech Republic and southern Poland. But it's time to meet the teams, and the presentation for the FIM officials, all the teams, meet their public and their adoring fans. You can get a free poster. Can you tell them apart? I still can't. 6 sets of brothers, as I say. Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson, what a ride they had. George Kinge, Scott Graham, red plate holder Marvin van Lukener, Koen Hermans, Ben van der Bogart. They were all there to meet the crowds. And what a crowd we had. Massive turnout, mainly due to the mega party tent that drags people in, as well as the motocross itself. Selina Jan, the only lady in the competition, and the identical Lille Bardis boys, now 18 years of age. The sun was coming out, and it was still chilly though, very cold wind, but not as cold as qualifying day. The next generation, and we got 6 sets of brothers on the start grid this weekend. Family business or what? Well, here's how they line up then. Brett Wilkinson, by virtue of his Group A win in qualifying, pole position. Hermans, Van Lukener, Lille Bardis. So they have 4th stab at the grid. Prunier, Hodges, unbelievable. He and Ryan Henderson, magic. Stefan Weyers, Benny Weiss flying here on his Zabel. Lefrinks, Tim Prumer. Not sure if the Lefrinks will go. They were a little bit wobbly after qualifying yesterday. Tim Prumer, Rodolphe Le Breton, not up to their usual standard. What can they find in the races? 2:30 minutes plus 2 laps, of course. Gordiev, Van Dalen, Gert Van Verven, Sanders. Look at the names, rich names. Daniel Williamson, Diane Katehoven, Kinge and Scott Graham, Bolliger, Erlig and Ertl, Justin Kerb and Dion Rietman. Good to see them back. Being tentative, of course they are. You don't break your femur and jump back on and go like a train, do you? Buobs, Tom van der Lagermaat, Chanteloups, Weinman brothers, the Chanteloup brothers above them, Hendrik Lenz, Jake Brown, Lars de Laat. They will go. Oh, that's the plan anyway, but they did have a crash in qualifying. Elika, Patrick Henster, Selina Jan go in as last reserve. Well, lots of celebrations as the teams went through to the grid. Having seen the sighting lap, had a good look round. The track has changed considerably because we have quads here, solo supports, and race 1, 30 minutes plus 2 laps, is not far away. What can the Lille Bardis boys do? They're riding quicker than Marvin van Lukener this weekend, but Marvin van Lukener is conserving Glenn Janssens, his passenger, who severely bashed his ribs in free and time practice. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard, already a race winner. What can they do in this one? The conventional gardening, traditional gardening. Dave Edwards, ever watchful. As they make their way, he said it's about 5 minutes, the Prunier boys talking it through with Lil Bardis. Serious business this. 30 crews go. And we are into the closing minute. Race 1 is not far away, trust me. Look at the Lil Bardis fans. And of course, 9 German crews started the weekend. Not all have made it through. They made it through. Prunier boys 3rd in the championship. With Koen Hermans behind them, they need to pull something special out of the bag. Daniel Williamson, ever a consummate professional. Last minute nerves, last minute preparations, and we are good to go for race 1. Here we go then. The fast line is the one far on the left. You can see Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard over there. 15-second board being shown. 2 rows. It's a very short dash on the straight, which has been really, really levelled and sorted out to that first right-handed turn, which is an off-camber turn. You drop down there. Here we go then. Clutches in gear, being feathered, throttles being twitched, away they go, and a brilliant start that looked like, who was that heading for the whole shot? Williamson, Daniel Williamson, round he goes, but it's Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson who get the whole shot here. Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson, the number 13 crew, who did such a brilliant job in qualifying, lead the world here over this jump. What an inspiration. Into second place goes Brett Wilkinson. That is just what he wanted. Daniel Williamson then, right there in 3rd. Where are the Lil Bardis boys? I think they are 4th. It looked to me as though they were behind Daniel Williamson. Gordieff going round. Koen Hermans behind Gordieff. So Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart did not get that off the line at all well. And it'll take them a while to get used to getting the 2-stroke away from the gate. Yep, Lil Bardis in 4th, behind Daniel Williamson and Tyan Cato. 199 then, Wilkinson in 2nd place. There's the red plate of Marvin van Lukener, behind Kilian and Evan Prunier, the number 94 crew. So both those crews had a pretty good start. And now Lil Bardis is ahead of Brett Wilkinson. Lil Bardis twins fought their way through from 4th. They're up past Mike Hodges. They're past Brett Wilkinson, who is now in 2nd place, but that'll do nicely. But these boys, the Lil Bardis twins, desperate to get the red plate back if they possibly can. Coming into this race, there were 4 races to go. And of course, they picked up some points in qualifying. The top 5 scored 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in that order in each of their qualifying races. Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson now ahead of Davy Sanders and Jarno Stegmans. There, Benny Weiss going through the picture. So Benny Weiss has fought his way past the number 13 crew as well. Good to see the Austrians here. Always good to see the Austrians. A couple of good Swiss teams as well here, and hopefully a stronger Swiss contingent for 2025. Well, great stuff. At the front then. That looks like Sanders. Yeah, and now the chasing pack. Mike Hodges holding off Stefan Wise and Han van Hal. The 418 team have had a really strong ride here in Germany. In fact, they've been good all through the season. 91, Benny Weiss, Mike Hodges, Stefan Wise. Ahead of Benny Weiss, it's Davy Sanders. And then that looks like the Weinman brothers coming up to play, the number 25 crew in the orange strip. Brett Wilkinson then, with the Prunier's 94, Kilian Evan Prunier. Already crowned French champions again, just as Brett Wilkinson has been crowned for his 2nd successive British title. So you're looking at 2 national champions here. and they're strutting their stuff very well here in Rudersberg in the penultimate round of the 2024 FIM World Sidecar Motocross Championship. Look at the crowd around this track. They absolutely are thrilling to this one. Wilkinson and Millard. Brett said he needed to get a good start and have a good ride, get out the front. Well, he's done that. There's only one team ahead of him, and that's Daniel and Bruno Leelbardis. And they are riding really, really strongly because they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. Marvin van Lukenen is battling his way up, and he is almost now past Davy Sanders and up behind Prunier. There's Davy Sanders. Well, Van Lukenen is ahead of Davy Sanders. So Davy Sanders leading this chasing pack. Benny Weiss and Patrick Schneider, 91, desperate to get past the all-Belgian team. Davy going again next year, confirmed to me that is the case. Very much a lovely family, and his wife and little one here. Look at that, a bit of contact. Patrick Schneider reaching out to keep the handrail out of his ribs. So that was close stuff between Sanders and Weiss, but Weiss was having a go. Davy had the line in fairness, and Benny Weiss was having a go round the outside. Look at this, and the Weinmans are right on the back of them now, and Tim Prumer as well, shortly to make this a 15-wheeler, I think. I keep saying it, you know, it's so good to see the Austrians in there. We need a full season from them again next year as well. Look at Joshua and Noah Weinman, my track walk colleague. They've got a lot of promise. They're just young, those boys. They will learn their craft. They will get more and more confident in personality as well as in riding. And they've got a lot to learn, but they're learning fast and they know how to ride. Traditionally, it was handed down through the family that they race left-hand sidecar, and they're very, very happy with it. It's not something you can change easily. Race leaders, 101, Daniel and Bruno Leelbardis on their final lap here. The Leelbardis twins then, 25 points to add to the points they picked up in qualifying. Well, they're happy with that. Victory. Wilkinson Millard then, couple of bends, that's all it is, into the closing couple of turns. This hill, this is the one, over they come. Wilkinson Millard there, pleased with that. And following them home, they're lapped. Adrian Petter, Joel Hoffman, number 20, George Kinch, Scott Graham. A good ride. I mean, this is a tough track. And there, Kilian Evan Prunier. Well, convincing win by Leelbardis over Brett Wilkinson. Prunier's got third, Marvin van Lukenen fourth, so damage limitation for him, but he hangs on to a healthy red plate lead. Sanders, that chasing pack, what a battle that was. Benny Weiss, Stefan Myers, Joshua Weinman, Tim Prumer, and Mike Hodges rounding out the top 10 from getting the lead after passing Prumer precociously and riding his socks off. Brilliant ride by the two Brits there to bring it home 10th.
Kilian, another fantastic place in race 1 in Rudersberg. Third place in race 1. How did you get there?
Very happy with the race. Very happy with the start. First of all, we finally took a decent start. Unfortunately, Evan was pretty tired pretty quickly in the race, so we couldn't push anymore. But happy with the riding, and we will see. We gave 100% for the second race.
Amazing second place in race 1 in Rudersberg for crew Joe Millard, passenger, and Brad Wilkinson. What to say about this? It was a tough battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really hard. It was, obviously good start, was amazing. Led for a lap, so that was nice. And then the Latvians, they were too quick for us. And then we were just riding as hard as we could, trying to keep the Frenchman back. And then, luckily he faded for some reason. And, second, amazing start today.
Leelbardis brothers beating the pole dominantly in race 1 in Rudersberg. How tough was it to get to the first position after the start?
I think it wasn't so tough, In the third or second lap we passed Wilkinson for the first place. I thought it would be harder, but we made a quick pass and just then we ran away. But the whole 30 minutes plus 2 laps in this track, it was really hard. My arms were done and my back also started hurt, but we are happy that we can get it done.
Well, what a brilliant ride for the two Latvians. They were fantastic. Brett Wilkinson, hats off. Koen Hermans had another dreadful race. He broke down. What a pity. Hopefully I'll get more luck this time out. Well, attention building ahead of race 2. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard, what can they do this time? A qualifying win and a second place in the opening race. Not a bad German Grand Prix for them. Hermans, Ben van den Bogart. Well, my heart goes out to Koen. Such a talented young rider. The sun has come out. Yippee! The crowd here in their thousands. The Lil Bardis boys, can they make it the double? I wonder. Oh, the old magic spray for the arm pump. Something that's plagued Marvin van Lukenen throughout his career, certainly recently. And Dave Edwards issuing commands. We're getting close now. We're 2 minutes away from the guys forming up and going to the line. Countdown is well and truly on. And then we have 2 more races after this next weekend in Italy, where the championship will be decided. Will it be these boys, or will it be Van Lukenen retaining the red plate? You wouldn't bet against them, would you? Race 2 then, in the sunshine now here in Rudersberg, and it's so good to see the sun on what has been a bitterly cold weekend, but it hasn't kept the crowd away. Moving over now to the 15-second board. Look along that left-hand side. Who's over there? Mike Hodges is over there. Brett Wilkinson is hard against the fence over there. A risky gamble, but it has to be done. Then it's the Prunier boys. If you get trapped against the fence, you've got to get out of the gate, get your nose in front. Here we go then, the countdown's on. The gate's down and away they go. From the middle, who was that from the middle? Prunier boys having a really good charge. But oh no, look at that, Mike Hodges again. Oh dear me, Lil Bardis up the bank and Bruno almost over the front. Oh, that's a big one. That's the Swiss Buot brothers who crashed there, the 772 crew. Upside down, let's hope they're okay. But meanwhile, at the front, the race is going on here. Terrific start by the 2 British crews. Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson lead. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Again, that's exactly what Brett Wilkinson needed. And where's the adversary? There's the Lil Bardis boys. They're back in the mix, but still the 2 British crews. Here they go then. Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson. Absolutely flying here. Brett Wilkinson, that's Jason Van Dalen in 3rd place. Jason Van Dalen and Lert van der Putten. The 723 crew in 3rd. There's Lil Bardis having a go now at Jason Van Dalen. Then it's Benny Weiss. Then it's Marvin van Lukenen and Glenn Janssens, who are down in 3, 4, 5, 6th place. And no sign yet of the Prunier boys. I'm sure they're there somewhere. Are they up ahead? Oh, there they are. Prunier boys. Oh, what happened? Oh, look at that. That's dear me, Van Dalen stopped. I don't know what happened there. Maybe his kill switch came out. Something like that. But Lil Bardis was trapped and he lost valuable seconds there. So that's given Brett Wilkinson a breathing space, but he won't know that's happened, of course. He's fighting his own race at the front. Red plate holder Van Lukenen momentarily slowing at the top of that jump. There, Mike Hodges, Prunier right on his back. So Hodges going backwards here, Ryan Henderson. No disgrace. What a fantastic weekend they've had. There, Koen Hermans, Ben van den Bogart running strongly this time. Underneath then, the number 13 crew. Nearly stalled it, but no, they squared it off. Dumped the clutch on the Mega and away they go. They've got Benny Weiss and Patrick Schneider breathing all over them now. So they've got to get past Mike Hodges. Let's watch them on this downhill drop. Well, amazing stuff. Hermans, Ben van den Bogart, Benny Weiss, then Lil Bardis making up ground here. But all the time, Brett Wilkinson is at the front of the pack. and charging on, leading this race, and on his way, would you believe, to overall victory in the Grand Prix, in the penultimate Grand Prix of 2024. Brett Wilkinson is on target for the overall win. Tim Prumer, Rodolphe Le Breton slide their way past Mike Hodges, who is still in a very, very strong, I think, 8th place. If I'm looking down, I think there's a good chance he's now in 8th. Timing screen being a little bit tricky, but it's okay. We know what we're looking at. We're looking at Leon Bardis fighting his way up. Has he got past Van Lukena? Well, yes, he has, is the answer to that. So he's up into 4th place now. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Bogart in 3rd, Van Lukena in 5th, Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard in the lead on the crest of a wave here on their final lap. They'll be listening to every single little noise. Checkered flag ahead, and they've got it. Over they go, high in the air. Ecstatic jubilation. British victory here. A qualifying race win, a second in race 1, and in Grand Prix race 2, victory and the overall victory here ahead of Kilian and Yvon Prunier. Hermans van den Bogart bring it home ahead of these boys, who in turn are just ahead of Marvin van Lukena and Benny Weiss. Here comes Marvin van Lukena, so he is going to bring it home in 5th place, and that's more solid points for him, strengthening his hold on the title. And the gap, I would imagine, I can't work out the sums, but we'll soon find out at the end of it. Victory overall, how sweet is that? 47. Leon Bardis second overall, Prunier completing the podium, Marvin van Lukena, very healthy points score, 34 points, so he will have lost 6 on the Leon Bardis boys. Benny Weiss, Tim Prumer, Joshua Wyman, Mike Hodges, hats off, sir. Well done. 8th place, a 10th and an 8th. Absolutely going like the wind. Stefan Wires, Davy Sanders.
How was it?
It was a good day. Honestly, it was a very good day. Again, a very decent start, and we had a good rhythm at the beginning, but at the start I took a hit on my finger and on my clutch lever. I had some problem for the first few laps, but it came overall. But overall, we are very happy. It's another podium weekend, so only positive, and hurry up for the next weekend.
Leon Bardis brothers, another great performance here in Rudersberg, getting some points on Marvin in the fight of titles. So how do you recognize the weekend for you?
Yeah, the second race wasn't perfect. Again, we get a good start, but I made a small mistake, went too wide in the corner. So yeah, we start from 7th, and yeah, then Van Dale stalled his bikes in front of us. But yeah, we tried to fight for a better position, yeah, but at the end we are too exhausted to fight for the podium in the second race.
First career GP win here in Rudersberg. What to say about it?
Yeah, I can't believe it really, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think it would happen after the start, but luckily we made it way to the front and led it from then on and pulled a gap. So the last few laps was so tense. Yeah, I was thinking everything. Yeah.
How will the celebration look like right now?
Yeah, I'm staying for the week, so we can celebrate a little tonight now. So yeah, well happy.
And the plan for the last one?
Win that as well. Yeah.
Well, there it is. That's the gap then. 3:9.2.361. So 31 points. Leon Bardis trails Marvin van Lukena by Prunier, Hermans, Wilkinson. Koen Hermans seems to have lost his grip now on 3rd place. That looks to be going the way of the French champions. Wilkinson has really enhanced his 5th, and what a way to go. Prumer, Leferink didn't compete. Well, it's been an amazing penultimate Grand Prix here in Rudersberg. Absolutely terrific. The sun came out at the end of the weekend. Still a cold wind, but what a crowd. They loved it. We move on now to La Colla in Italy. The quads are with us there. So from me, Barry Nutley, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
We never stop, so going when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we to win this. We got what's underneath. You're all about that image. We never even stop at the top, no limits. Champions, and we're the champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. So bring it on.
Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin Van Lukenes certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.